I got great jeans.
So these are my jeans. And it with my eye color.
It's got nothing to do with racism.
Not at all. I just happen to be a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, Aryan race female with a vocal fry when I talk. Fuck her.
I think she's fantastic.
RFK loves her. It's like they just share like these voice things with each other. It's like, hey, RFK. How's your knee?
How can I help you? Vaccines cause autism.
The one video I watched where somebody was pretending they were RFK and they were feeding his rainworm with a leaf through his ear. Now, those are some creative people.
Gareth on the dollop does an amazing RFK. You gotta hear it.
That made him, actually. That's brilliant. God damn it.
Yeah, he's a fucking genius.
Wow.
All right, welcome to the I Hate Critics 1995 podcast. I'm professional film critic Sean Patrick. Amy's here.
Hi.
You got great jeans.
Yeah, the genes are determined by the podcast you're on.
Oh, God.
I'm just going to do City Sweetie all the way through. That would really be horrible.
What does that mean for the Nelp boys?
Oh, my God. I wish I could do a Nelp voice, though. I'd be brilliant.
Today, we're talking with the Prime Minister of Israel, guys.
Oh, my God. You're almost doing Jay Station there, too. Oh, my God, you guys. It's 3 a.m. The 3 a.m. challenge. Somebody's going to murder my girlfriend.
Israel's committing a genocide.
Mickey Mouse, you guys. You showed up on my phone at 3 a.m. You know what that means, guys. We watch way too much YouTube.
A little too much.
All right. Well, anyway.
Yeah.
It's not what the podcast is about.
No, it's about movies of 1995.
And two, in fact, that we didn't get through.
Yeah. Well, mostly.
Well, we like, you've seen these before, okay? We attempted Waterworld. And we got pretty far into it until finally, I think I was in a ball in the corner crying. Fuzzy would not look up from their phone to save their lives. And you were just like, I don't know if I can do this again.
It was kind of a miserable experience. The fact of the matter is, when it comes to Waterworld, 1995, directed by Kevin Reynolds and starring Kevin Costner, the story behind it is way more interesting than the movie itself.
Yeah, I don't think that bodes well for a film.
It really doesn't.
Unless you're going to watch just the behind the scenes, like, oh yeah, in the movie, it's like Jennifer Lopez with her whole, like, that last little film thing that she made. I just want to watch the documentary about it. I don't want to watch the horrible thing that you created.
Oof, yeah, the documentary. Wow.
That was the beginning of the end of Ben and Jen.
She just left in all of that stuff of people saying, no,
don't do it.
I don't want to be in that. That's
Jane Fonda. That's the classic moment. Like, honey, I think that you'd be best not to do this. And, no, I'm going to do it. I like to make my life look like a miserable circus. Let's do it this way. God, just move out of your own way. Pull your head out of your ass.
So in 1995, it was 1994.
Yeah.
I guess we'll start there because it was a very difficult time for Kevin Costner. He made the Wyatt Earp movie after turning down Tombstone. Yeah. So Tombstone comes out, it's beloved, it becomes an all-time beloved Western classic. Wyatt Earp comes out and becomes one of the biggest money-losing films of all time.
Again, another sluggishly long beige film, because you're either going to get him from Mel Gibson or Kevin Costner at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Or First Night with Richard Gere.
Oh, God. So boring.
Yeah, so... well, and like, Kevin Costner, still, the 90s, still a huge star. Like, Field of Dreams really, like, just catapulted him, right? Well, Bull Durham and then Field of Dreams. But he just couldn't lay his finger on the pulse of the public as far as what we wanted or what we were looking for, I guess.
Yeah, it's hard to tell exactly what he was thinking. But he also had another failure around that time in Perfect World with Clint Eastwood.
That's right.
That movie didn't do well, and
I wonder why.
People were kind of wondering what it was he was doing, and then he starts making Waterworld. And the first things that start to come out about Waterworld is that there's the cost.
Yeah.
We just start hearing about I believe it was a month in when God said, "Don't make this movie."
In the film, he was even trying to flood the earth to stop this film from being made.
Because the month into the production, he sent a giant tsunami to destroy a multi-million-dollar set for this movie. So that smoker's set was completely destroyed a month into the production. And it was the main kind of place where they're shooting this movie at that time.
So they were smited, is what you're saying.
God said, don't do this, and no one listened.
I will smote you. Or whatever it is, yeah.
He's already fighting with the director, Kevin Reynolds. They've been friends for years, since back to like when they made Silverado together. They've been friends for that long. But in 1994... Kevin Reynolds had convinced Costner to loan him, I believe it was not loan him, but like be part of a $19 million production of a movie called Rapa Nui.
Oh, God.
Are you familiar with Rapa Nui?
Why does that sound familiar?
It's because it's one of the biggest flops in movie history. And Roger Ebert would go on to name it the worst movie of 1994. It's a debacle. It's a debacle. It's just a white guy trying to portray the history of the Mayans, I believe it is, or just an indigenous race that he is not part of, and he's trying to portray their history, and it's kind of embarrassing.
Leave it to white men to do this. What between him, and Gibson? It's just like, you guys, just be white. Just make a white film. Stop taking people of color's ideas. Thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, oh my God. And just the massive ego it takes to make stuff like this. That just blows my mind.
Yeah, I'm going to go to you folks and I'm going to direct your story for you. How about that?
Oh, thank you, white man. It's always white men named Kevin. Every time. Isn't it? Isn't it?
I'm going to go to Japan and tell them all about their feudal system.
I love it when people explain my culture to me. White person, do that again.
Just like the guy who directed 9 Months.
Oh my God!
Let me make this comedy about pregnancy. I bet I understand it better than you do.
Men who know my vagina more than I do, who know how the uterus works. I wish that they would explain it to me, because I don't fucking know.
My best friend's husband will not stop stepping in it when it comes to pregnancy. Anytime we've ever had the conversation about her having kids, he's always got to try and come up with something that is equivalent to the pain of pregnancy. I'm like, sir, what are you doing?
Have you ever put your finger on the side of a pot when it's on the stove? That's pregnancy.
I crotched myself in a fence once. I know what that's like.
No, it's not the same. Oh my God. You know what? That's it. We're just going to turn tables and babies are going to come out of penises. From
wow.
Let's just see how that works.
Abortion is free.
Yes.
On every
But I'm a man. You can't do that to me. No, okay. So anyway, so back to Waterworld. So we're on the set of Waterworld. We've just had to rebuild this multi-million-dollar set. The cost of now this movie we've been set back also, by the way, they have to rebuild the set. So there's going to be at least a month where they just can barely do anything. So they're paying everyone on the staff and on the cast, the crew to be there for this entire month while they rebuild this set. So that's setting them back. In the end, the cost is going to be $175 million, which at the time was the most expensive film of all time, surpassing, I believe it was, not Gone with the Wind, it was, I believe it was Heaven's Gate. Yeah, God, another classic.
A legendary movie that lost a great deal of money. Yeah, and to the point where then, at a certain point, we don't know who did this first, but someone began referring to Waterworld as Kevin's Gate. Because Hollywood's clever.
Yeah.
They also called it Fish Tar.
Oh. I I don't know. I kind of like that one, actually.
For the classic 1986 failure, Ishtar, with which, if you watch Red Letter Media, you watch them destroy the trailer for that movie for no reason.
So good.
Just they actually bought the physical trailer and just destroyed it for some reason.
See, again, Mystery Science Theater was as Tom Crow always just wanted to get every last copy of Disclosure and just burn it. Burn it all. And I love that. I love that people want to do stuff like that.
Well, and especially we did Disclosure on this show, so you completely understand.
That's true.
But now, so the thing, everybody's covering Waterworld now behind the scenes to the point where now they know exactly how much Kevin Costner is paying for his beachside villa, which is this is in 1995. Right. Bear that in mind. $4,500 per day. Per day.
I can't even buy groceries.
So he's paying $4,500 per day for this villa for what was supposed to be a 60-day shoot that became a 130-day shoot. So we're talking, I believe it was around $750,000 that they paid just for his villa during the shooting of Waterworld.
Guys, we want the talent to be happy, but not that happy. Not that happy.
But then this is also about the time that he starts allegedly sleeping with a hula dancer.
Was he married?
Yeah, he was married.
Wow.
He'd been married for 16 years at this time.
And he got with a hula dancer.
And his wife found out immediately, and they got divorced while he was making Waterworld.
Now I think I understand why he was such a fucking villain in this movie. Because he was just acting out.
It's got a lot of divorce guy energy.
It really does. It really does. Oh my God. I see this in a whole new light. Actually, I remember because when we were watching it, you even said during it, you're like, just wait till you hear the background. Wow. Because this movie is filled with misogyny and abuse, verbal, physical. I mean, he is the awfulest. Is awfulest? He's one of the worst people on the planet.
Yeah, he plays the mariner.
Of course he does.
And he's a guy who's just on a boat drinking his own urine.
Like you do. Growing his limes.
If you guess that that's when MJ checked out, then yeah, you're probably on point.
I forgot it happened so soon. I thought it was later on.
First fucking thing
opening scene. Yeah. Opening fucking scene.
That is not going to be in my opening shots column. I'm not going to be covering the thematic.
It's so powerful. It's so powerful.
Medium.com/realscope.
Hey, it's our podcast.
Yeah, we can do that.
Exactly. We can.
So he's drinking his own pee. He's looking for people to trade with. They steal his limes. It's unfortunate. The limes. Not the limes.
I love limes.
So
I love them.
He's got to go to this outpost, this atoll, as they call it.
Oh, right.
And immediately, they're just immediately hostile to him. They're just immediately like this.
No one can blame him.
They don't like him. They don't want him to be there. They don't want his goods that he's there to trade until he shows them dirt. Oh, my God. He's got a fucking thing of dirt.
Dirt.
What do you do with that shit? What are you doing with fucking random buckets of dirt?
I don't even remember the backstory on the dirt. How did we get the dirt in the first place?
Where did he get the dirt? Where did he get the lime tree? There hasn't been water, or there hasn't been dry land. Dry land has been gone so long, it's a myth at this point, is what they say in the movie.
Right.
So what the fuck? Where did this asshole get his fucking dirt from? I don't care. It doesn't fucking matter. Where does Dennis Hopper find so many cigarettes in this post-apocalypse that his gang is literally called smokers?
None of us get it. We're like, okay, how is that a fresh... They are going to get wet. Somebody's going to drop a box of these somewhere.
At a certain point, he's driving, I know, on this fucking empty oil tanker that they live in.
Mm-hmm.
He drives, so they... I guess they're producing fuel, I assume. Oh, no, wait. People were pushing it. It was like a push.
Yeah.
It was a car, but it was like a push cart.
That's right. That's right.
But they still had to fuel their jet skis and their boats. So we still jet skis last for centuries.
Yeah,
they never decline.
They're super popular in Waterworld.
Yeah, are there jet skis that are going to be 300 years old? Have we ever considered the things that we're looking at right now and what they'll look like in 300 years? That's kind of fucking insane.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, even where we've come, like, from being a kid to how things look now as well. I mean, it's remarkable, but...
I was watching this show called Zillow Gone Wild.
I love Zillow Gone Wild. I follow them on Reddit.
Jack McBrayer.
I didn't know they actually had a show.
Oh, yeah, they turned it into a TV show.
Brilliant.
And Jack McBrayer is the host, and they're just touring all these houses, and they're looking for the weirdest house, and one of the ones they did was an 80s retro condo that looks like basically it looks like the inside of Scarface.
Oh my God. I was going Patrick.
It was like glass and steel and like just anything, just 80s architecture. And and I'm just wondering, like, that's only 40 years ago. And people are looking at this. Oh my God. Look at that. Oh my God. They're looking at it like we looked at fucking one-room schoolhouses.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, so archaic, you know? That's which one? One of our boys that we love on YouTube did a great video. I think it was Danny Gonzalez did one where he's talking about, remember the houses of the future?
Oh, yeah.
And he was showing a video from 1989. And this guy was like practically flirting with the voice that was like the disembodied voice in his house, where everybody has Alexa now.
You can imagine. You can imagine that guy's fucking a Siri today.
He was the inspiration for Her, the film Her. Which makes total sense, I think.
That's where Spike Jones got the idea.
He did. He was watching that
watching that House of the Future.
It's like,
this is brilliant.
He's really into her. What are you doing later? Both people are like that with Alexa. Like, I've changed Siri's name and Siri's voice. So
what is it that compels men to hear a woman's voice and think about how they could fuck it?
How they could fuck it?
Like, that's the first thing.
Yeah. What is it? What is that?
I'm a man and I don't know. So, I mean, I can't imagine they know.
That's nice. How can I fuck that? It could be anything, you know?
You just summed up world history.
I did, honestly. That's nice. How can I fuck it? Someone had to say it.
Yeah.
Naturally, it's me.
Historian Amy Kernan said.
That's nice. How can I fuck? Which again will be part of our merch once we ever have merch. Right there.
Pretty sure that's what oh God, what's his name? Columbus. I'm sure he said that to the King of Spain. It's like, I need to leave to find something else I can fuck.
I don't believe that. Columbus seemed like such a nice guy. History's really smiled upon that one.
You know how we celebrate the fact that he didn't actually find America?
Why?
Because we're fucking geniuses.
God. Everybody's so angry at him. They're so angry. They're like, he was a great man. Like, did you know him?
He also didn't find America.
He didn't find America. He didn't do shit.
He's never been here.
I feel like he's like a little Fey boy that we love so much. the berries and cream guy. Like that's he's like, they'll never know. I'm Christopher Columbus.
Amy and her spot on Columbus. Wow. Amazing.
Well, you know, I am a historian. But I'm not a futurian.
No.
And I will say, this is not what Waterworld is. I did not picture that in our...
No.
I didn't see that on our bingo card.
Kevin Costner is the most confusing person. Like...
So is his hair.
He's... Oh, God.
I mean, he's not a person, but it may as well be sentient.
He's got... It's always wet, because obviously you're always wet in this place. Mm-hmm. But, like, he's got it pulled back so much that you can see the top, like, the scalp.
Yeah.
Like Bruce Willis's head. Like,
yeah, why are you doing that? Why is there so much hanging in the back? You know what I mean?
And how did he get it all back? That's amazing. Did he invent hymns?
No. Jesse the Body Ventura was doing the same fucking thing, dude. Slicking that shit back. And then, like, it was so... And then he's hanging, like, seashells and shit in it. And I'm like, oh, right, because he's called Mariner. Which, by the way, folks, everyone should be called Mariner in this movie because they're all seamen.
Except he can breathe underwater.
Oh,
you
he has
forgot
webbed toes.
He has gills.
That's right.
Right behind his ears and webbed toes that come and go.
Because he evolved?
I guess. He's the only one.
Why couldn't he be the three-eyed fish from The Simpsons?
Why aren't there any... He's literally traveling with a child who hasn't evolved in this time. Why did he evolve?
Yeah. Because he's a man.
Oh, no.
His name's Kevin. Come on. God chose him.
Tina Majorino is the little girl, and Jeanne Tripplehorn is the woman, and she immediately just says she'll fuck him if he'll take them out of this hellhole that they're in. But before he can help them, he gets captured because he won't fuck.
He won't fuck.
He refuses to fuck the woman that they want him to fuck.
Mm-hmm.
This is a future hellside.
God, it sounds real, though.
The village elders on the atoll want his seed, is what they say.
Yeah, and that was the funniest part in this movie, because like the minute that they said those words, I couldn't even stop the visceral reaction I had to that. Like, they want your seed, and like then it pans to him, and I'm like, no one wants that. No one has ever asked for that. I don't deserve that. That's a slap of the dick in my face.
Oh.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
He refuses and tries to leave, so they throw him in jail after they find his gills behind his ears.
I mean...
Because he's a mutie.
Well...
That's what I call mutants.
Mutie?
Muties.
A little mutie?
They put him in a cage over their, I don't know, their poo ring. What is that?
It was like a little island made of poo.
I don't know what it is, because like they've got to shit somewhere, and there's like this, like they're all in water.
Mm-hmm.
This atoll is built on water. I'm assuming it's a floating vessel,
right?
That is held in place somehow. And just they have this pit of organic material that is different color from the water, obviously, but it's also filled with water.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know again how they're managing to keep this from being part of the ocean. I don't know. But it's brown and it's thick and it's gross. What am I supposed to assume that is? It's poop.
I thought it was just like mud and stuff like that. And you're like, Amy, no.
How? Where would they get mud from?
Well, it's like, that's true, because you would need dirt, which Kevin Costner is the only one that has the dirt.
Maybe that's it. Maybe they just collect people's dirt and then they got a part of the ocean sea. No, because that would still be salt water.
It would still be. And that's where they throw the dead bodies.
They throw the dead bodies in there too. So I'm like, that's gotta be like, or just where they put their organic material.
I was just recalling, because that's when we first go to this atoll, they're dumping a body.
Yeah.
As we get there.
Yeah.
And this is after they've chopped off her hair. They've taken everything off of her and just like thrown her in this shit hole, basically, for lack of a better name. There is a underlying theme throughout this film of completely humiliate and take away any dignity that a woman has in this film. 100, like even in death, like in trauma, this hurts so much to watch, and that cutting of hair happens again later on.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was a great scene.
As a man, I enjoyed that scene. You know how badly I wanted to chop all of this woman's hair off? I mean, wow.
It's just so... I don't understand Kevin Costner. Like from what I understand, he like I've seen him be part of Fox News. So, and I've seen him I've heard him say things that kind of support the right wing causes.
Yeah.
But then he made this movie, which makes no sense because this is basically speculative fiction about climate change. It really is.
Right.
I mean, the whole thing starts with the ice caps melting and flooding the entire Earth. Like, because they weren't taken care of. On top of this, Costner himself, in an interview in 1995, said that they employed divers every single day of production. And this diver's job was to go down to the coral reefs, just to swim down to the coral reefs and make sure that the filmmakers and the film creators had not harmed the coral reef that day. That was
Wow.
their job. And I understand that there's probably like somebody in the state of Hawaii that said, you have to make sure you don't hurt the coral. But Costner himself said that we did this independently, that we wanted to protect the coral because he understands how important coral is. It's incredibly important to the environment.
Okay. So
here's a man who is intelligent enough to understand both climate change and the importance of coral, and then he apparently is voting for the people who want to destroy it?
Right. I mean, at least he had the Republican message against women right in this film. I mean, where's the lie?
Where's the lie?
Where's the lie?
It's confusing, though. Like, how can you be that liberal and not get it?
Make it make sense.
It doesn't make sense. I really love the environment. I'm going to vote for the rapist of the environment and other things.
Oh. Well, I mean, good for him. Yeah. But that's fascinating. Then you have, like, somebody who, like Jeanne Tripplehorn in this movie, who, from what I understand, is very liberal. But God, I mean, she showed up in a Mr. Show sketch. I mean, like, she's just one of those people. And what I hate is watching her have to do what she has to do in this movie. And then
Costner trades her to somebody
Yeah.
for what was he getting?
half an hour, 30 minutes of sex.
Paper.
Yeah, just for a piece of
He
paper.
was getting a piece of paper.
Which I think that's fair. That's a fair trade. You know?
I mean, nobody had paper other than this
That's true.
crazy guy.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good way of justifying it, I think. Plus, women. Am I right? God.
The little girl steals his crayons and starts drawing on the boat.
And he gets pissed off because she stole his crayons. Now, if that's not a MAGA moment, I don't know what is.
Yeah, so he cuts off her hair.
All of her hair. This after he chops off Tripplehorn's hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, well, that's the whole thing. He's going to kill the little kid because, she's weighing down the boat.
He literally throws her off the boat.
Yeah.
Like, that's a scene in this movie. He just picks her up and throws her off the boat. Jeanne Tripplehorn leaps in after her, and he's going to leave him there, but then he decides that he can still trade them for something, I guess. The point is that he's supposed to soften, I guess, as the movie goes on. But I mean, fuck, who wants to wait to find that happen at 2 hours and 12 minutes of the original cut of this movie?
Yeah.
Which, you'll be happy to know, Amy, there is a 181-minute cut of this movie that didn't make it to theaters.
Will I be happy?
So there's a lot of myths around Waterworld. One
Okay.
of them is that Kevin Reynolds got fired during production. That did not happen. Kevin Reynolds was there all the way through up until the editing started, and he actually got a first cut done at 181 minutes, and everyone's like, we can't use this. We're already like the most expensive movie of all time. We can't cut back on the number of times that theaters are going to be able to show our movie because it's 3 hours long.
People already hate us.
So Costner jumped in and cut like 50 minutes of the movie out and kicked Reynolds out of the editing room, and they didn't speak for a while and took the movie away from him with the help of the studio.
He could do that?
He was the executive producer and the director of Dances with Wolves. You going to tell him he's wrong?
Wow. But the thing about executive producers, you're not doing anything. Yeah, I mean, well, okay.
We know you guys don't do anything. We know that this is a contractual obligation that somebody is fulfilling in order to make you feel better.
I take that back. Paul Rudd, I'm not talking about you. You can executive produce the shit out of anything you want.
We're talking about 99% of it.
Yeah, yeah. Just not you. Because I love you. Know that. But yeah, that's true. That's, again, it feels like one of those things to just say, oh, I was the executive producer. What did you do? I was
on set, and, there's this one time that Costner looked at me and told me to get the hell out of there.
I'm like, well, of course, Der Fuhrer, I will, because that's your role. Wow.
Yeah,
but why? Why the length? Because even the scenes that we saw in this film were like, we didn't need that. We didn't need that. We definitely didn't need the gratuitous women anger.
Here's the thing. Maybe we did. Because people who have seen what happened, this is again why this movie is more fascinating as a concept than it is a movie.
Uh-huh.
I've never seen the director's cut, so I can't say that this is true. But apparently they showed it on ABC in 1996 with like 30 minutes restored, but they cut out like all the hardcore violence and some of the misogyny. They cut that out of it to make it more palatable for television.
Thanks.
And then they showed it in Europe, and apparently, like, people who had, like, an original VHS, someone who had an original VHS, and they had copied the television version, they took those two versions and cut the movie themselves. This is in 2010. A fan took these two things and cut them himself, put back the length that ABC had added, put back, of course, the misogynist, all of the stuff that was in the original cut for this new, like, extended, what they called the Ulysses cut
Jesus Christ.
of this movie. They call it that because by the end of the original Waterworld, Tina Majorino had promised him that if he got them to dry land, she would give him a name, and she gives him the name Ulysses.
Oh.
Because he didn't have a name. He never called himself the Mariner. He just didn't have a name.
That's a satisfying ending, isn't it? I got a name. I slapped the shit out of you for most of the film. Thanks for the name. I'm your dad now.
That's probably what happened.
Yeah, I'm your dad now. Every guy says that to me.
Oh.
Every guy. I just stopped dating 80-year-olds. That's the problem. That's
a good place to start.
You're right.
Is to not do that.
I need to self-reflect, I think is what we're saying.
You need to work on your fatherhood issues.
Once I can restore my self-esteem, let's get to that later, okay? Baby steps. Baby steps.
Let's work on all this first.
Honey, what are we doing? What's this?
So you didn't see the end of Waterworld?
No, because I was angry and I had to walk away.
So Gregor, I don't know who Gregor is, he later identifies Enola's tattoo with the coordinates reversed directions from what they were on her back. She's got a tattoo of a map on her back.
That's right.
It's supposed to go to Dryland. That's the legend. So following the map, the balloon party discovered Dryland covered with vegetation and wildlife. They also find a hut and the remains of Enola's parents, the Mariner. Feeling that he does not belong on Dryland, takes an old wooden catamaran from the island and departs as Helen and Enola bid him farewell.
Oh, good. They don't end up with him? That's great. That's the best thing I've heard all day. Because I thought for sure after, he traumatized her that they'd end up together. Because that's what happened.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's supposed to be her prize for getting better. That's how you do this, right? That's how it works, right? That's what women are in movies. It's like a really shitty guy becomes a slightly less shitty guy, and his prize at the end is the girl in the movie. Amy is now rethinking 90% of the movies she's ever seen in her life.
I just watched Overnight Delivery. Paul Rudd and Henry Switherspoon. I love that movie. I've seen it 1,000 times, but he's such a dick to her throughout the entire movie. And then at the end, and she falls for him through it. And I'm like, he's a petulant child throughout, and he's fucking beautiful. I love his performance in this because it's so over the top, but she's too smart for him. She's too good for him. And he gets her in the end.
90% of the movies you've ever seen in your life. Guy starts in a place he's really shitty and no good, and then he gets slightly better and gets the girl.
I just had an epiphany. Every short story that I've written, it's always like I'm writing the character of the guy and the girl, and they never get along. Like, it's always just like anger. Everyone
starts with enemies to lovers.
I am not a beautiful snowflake. And not only that, but I have internal misogyny writing these characters, and the guy always saves her in the end. Because secretly, I want to be saved in the end.
Ah.
Somebody had to say it.
Womp womp.
Anyway, back to the shit stain that is Waterworld.
He's just cruel and ugly the entire movie.
Cruel and ugly. I think that's perfect.
And the movie just so many times there are like these moments where the movie is just sort of smiling at itself for being clever. Like the smokers, for some reason, they all think that's really a clever name, even though how the fuck does anyone have fucking cigarettes in this day and age?
And in that much water.
In that much water.
We live by the river. Do you know how many packs of cigarettes ended up in the Mississippi? Like, there's no way.
There's no possible.
And you know that they'd be moist. So they're going out and they're taking a cigarette out of a pack, which again is going to get that filter all wet.
Yeah.
No.
I could not survive this time in history, the Waterworld time, because I cannot stand to be constantly damp.
Beyond that, you're also an asthmatic. So like being around all that water and smoke, you're fucked. You're absolutely fucked.
They think it's really clever to reveal that the ship that Dennis Hopper's the villain. We haven't even mentioned him. We haven't even gotten to that fucker yet.
Wait till we talk about his eyeball.
Yeah.
Good God.
They think it's very clever that his team is aboard the Exxon Valdez.
Wow.
Yeah. Big reveal on the side of their smoker ship is that it's the Exxon Valdez.
These are hard-hitting points. It really got us with that one.
Maybe he didn't intend this as an environmental parable. Maybe he's trying to make us look stupid. Hey, liberals, this is you.
Dumbasses. You guys want peace, love, and happiness and be nice to everybody, right? Right? Dumb fucking idiots.
Oh my God.
Stupid liberals.
So this movie was the subject of a conspiracy. Yes. So apparently...
I just looked at him, and you didn't hear anything. It's just me staring at him, okay?
So, in 1994, the company that owns the Universal Pictures is Matsushita Corp., which would go on to be Panasonic eventually.
Oh, okay.
They own it, and people are trying to steal it from them. Specifically, the Seagram's company, led by the Bronfman family, has been trying to get a hold of Paramount for a time because Edgar Bronfman wanted to make movies, I guess. So the conspiracy is that executives at Universal who want to work with Bronfman and get his money are essentially greenlighting and pushing for Waterworld to continue during its horrific production, just so they can scare the Matsushita people into not wanting to be in the movie business anymore. And it kind of works. because they do, by the end of 1995, they end up selling to Bronfman for far less than what it was worth before Waterworld was made.
Oh my God.
Bronfman actually sneaks in and buys just like 80% of the company because the value has dropped.
So that could actually be true.
Maybe, but the timeline isn't as clean as I'm making it. So that's why it's a conspiracy theory, because there's a lot of plausible deniability. There's a lot of issues already that Matsushita had already. There's a lot of things that Seagram's Bronfman had already been doing to get into this. There's also a lot of internal bullshit going on, Wall Street shit. That probably means that it was probably bullshit how he did it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely sure that Bronfman is some kind of fucking criminal.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
I hate his last name, so I'm just assuming that.
He wasn't a great guy by any stretch, so it's not hard to imagine that he did a lot of things to get this company that were not above board. But that's the conspiracy theory.
Okay.
Is that I don't think Waterworld was enough to make it happen. And especially since the greatest myth surrounding Waterworld is that it was a failure. And it's not. It's not a failure at all.
How?
Waterworld went on to make well over $250 million worldwide, based off of a budget of $175 million. Not to mention, they had a whole bunch of ancillaries that sold, and the movie did incredibly well on VHS. So VHS rentals and purchases were big. So you could estimate that Waterworld probably made around $450 to $500 million in profit, or not in box office gross, plus VHS sales. On top of this, they had the single most successful Universal theme park presentation of all time, which still runs to this day.
How?
The Waterworld show at Universal Theme Park is still running to this day.
How?
30 years that's been going.
I don't...
So Waterworld was not a failure. It made plenty of money.
Okay, do you think it was beginning to be a failure, and because people had heard that it was so awful, they went to see it, or they rented it, which boosted the sales, which made it look more of a success than it actually, because people just were curious about how bad it was?
I'm sure there was a lot of curiosity.
Okay.
I'm sure there was a great deal of curiosity about just how bad is this.
Because it's not good.
Because it was called, it should be noted, this was called Fish Tar and Kevin's Gate well before the movie came out.
Oh. So we were already kind of poisoned. There was poison in the well.
Yeah. I mean, it was the same thing happened to Titanic, which turned that movie into the biggest movie of all time at the time.
Yeah, that's true. Fuck, I saw that movie 3 times in the theater. And not because I was like, oh, Leo. I was more like, oh, Kate, because she was fucking hot in that movie. But no, for me, I had to go with my boss at the time. She wanted to go see it. I went with her just because she bought me beer and I was underage. And then the last time, it was because I think I went with somebody else who hadn't seen it. I'm like, yeah, I'd sit through that and I took a nap.
You, me, and a friend of ours named Kenner went to see it.
That's right. We talked all the way through it because nobody was in there. Because, I mean, by that point, everybody had seen it. So it was like right on, I think, the tail end of its run.
By the way, check out my article, Jack Dawson Doesn't Exist, at medium.com/realscope.
That's very good.
A real article in which I theorized that Leonardo DiCaprio's character doesn't actually exist.
That's very, very, and like the more that I read that article, the more that you even explained it further to me, I'm like, that's just true. Like, it just makes sense.
It makes more sense than you think it would.
I like it better that way too. I like thinking about it better that way. I don't know why. It seems more plausible to me, but not like this movie where I don't see this.
Technically, this movie is incredibly plausible because the ice caps are melting. So
yeah,
on that technical level, Waterworld, based in reality, absolutely. It's one of the best pieces of speculative sci-fi in terms of that.
Well, and how men treat women. I mean, that's, yeah. You're right. I was wrong. It's completely plausible.
Isn't it weird how much The Mariner sounds like an MRA podcast?
Yeah. You didn't even have to finish that. I knew exactly where you were going with that. And absolutely correct. Wow.
Andrew Tate kind of dresses sometimes like the Mariner.
He wishes he had the glorious hair of Kevin Costner.
When he did when it was kind of patchy and balding.
That's right. Oh, that was my favorite look for you, trashy boy. I'm sorry, you're a high value male. What am I thinking? I'd be very careful.
Desperately insecure is what he
Oh my God.
It's the reality.
Your penis is so small, Andrew Tate.
Aw.
That's why he loved Waterworld. It's his favorite movie when he was a kid.
I bet he would like Waterworld.
He probably, well, yeah, and he's like, I'll invest in that movie. I'll invest in it and I'll make lots of money and be a high value individual. Why can't we just never talk about a movie? Like, we always end up making fun of people we hate that are just so abhorrent.
Because the movie's not very good, Amy.
It's not good, which makes me angry that it was successful. I didn't want that for them. They didn't deserve it. You slap Jeanne Tripplehorn around, you slap that little girl around, I fucking hate you.
Mm.
And your movie sucks.
And Dennis Hopper's just being Dennis Hopper.
Fucking Dennis Hopper missing a goddamn eye in this movie. So he's got So
we have to see him get an eye inserted, like a fake eye inserted.
And it's an eye from a doll.
And then it pops out.
And it's so gross. And then you just see his open eye socket.
And this added something to the story, let me tell you.
Yeah, we needed that.
Yeah.
It was totally
justified. Absolutely.
Justified. Well, and that's the thing. It's like a lot of what Dennis Hopper does. And again, don't get me wrong, Blue Velvet, I fucking love it. He's great. But then I do like a lot of his performances. But the thing about the late 80s, all of the 90s, whenever he was in a movie, it was just scenery chewing the entire time. That's all it was. It was Dennis Hopper as Dennis Hopper in this movie. Like,
Although,
that's just it.
I wish he'd have done that in that Wesley Snipes movie, because that would have been an improvement. But...
Oh my God. I think the only thing that we've liked him in, or that I even thought was Speed.
Yeah.
Because he played a good villain in Speed.
But, I mean, it's not his fault. It's just kind of like Hollywood typecasting.
Yeah.
It's like once he made Apocalypse Now, they're just like, get the crazy guy from Apocalypse Now to be in the movie. He'd be the bad guy.
Him or Nicolas Cage now. Like, that's it. Once he died, Nicolas Cage was like, yeah, I'll take on that mantle. I'll do every fucking crazy thing you can imagine. But the thing is, I like Cage. Like, it's so weird. I like weird actors, but that at the same time, I also don't want to be annoyed by them when I watch a film. And Hopper was annoying to me in this movie.
I don't even know what his aim is. Like,
yeah.
I guess he wants to find. Does he want to find Dryland too? Is that what it is?
I guess that was.
And like he wants to cut the map off the little girl's back and use it to find Dryland. Maybe.
That's right. Oh, don't forget Jack Black was in this movie.
Jack Black is in this movie as one of the smokers.
Yeah, he was flying the plane when they were trying to shoot at him at one point.
You think anybody in smokers is trying to quit and they're like, "Fuck, it's so hard to try and quit smoking."
What was the other name of the other? It's like, I really want to be this, but I'm a smoker.
I don't know.
There's another group, that slavers or something like that. Yeah. So like, which do you want to be? Because neither one is appealing. I can say that as a smoker.
I can tell you the worst thing about being a smoker in this movie is not just being wet all the time, but the cancer.
The cancer.
There's no treatments.
And you think
on the Exxon Valdez.
Sometimes you have to wonder, especially those of us that are sensorially kind of challenged. Being wet's worse. It's because you're constantly wet.
Just wet all the time.
That's a living hell.
You're always just a little bit damp.
Oh, yeah. Well. Watch a lot of Paul Rudd movies. Don't forget, I'm not ever not into Paul Rudd, but sometimes I go through my phases where it's like, it's everything I have to watch. Mm-hmm. I even put Murder, She Wrote on holds just so I could go back and revisit all of my Paul stuff. And yeah.
Was Jeanne Tripplehorn ever on Murder, She Wrote?
No.
What about Jeter? Michael Jeter?
See, Jeter seems like he would have been, but at the same time, no. No, I don't ever recall him being on there. No, it's so strange because Murder, She Wrote is definitely that place where it's the people who had their TV shows in the late 70s or even the 60s.
It's very much like a slightly more unusual version of Love Boat.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. If anyone was on Circus of the Stars, they ended up on Murder, She Wrote at some point.
McLean Stevenson.
Grant Goody. You're going to have those people. And they're like, well, where do I go? Murder, She Wrote. Why not? And not to say that, it's a shitty show, because it's not. But that's where these people usually ended. Adrienne Zemet.
Also, how come nobody ever suspects that it's actually her committing all the murders? 'Cause, I mean, who in their lifetime is more unlucky than Jessica Fletcher?
And she's not stressed about it. The weirdest thing about her is that she's not like, going to the doctor and like, could you please check my blood pressure? Every place I go, someone dies.
I find dead bodies all the time.
And I don't have any panic disorder.
People I know.
Yeah.
People I've become friends with.
It's weird. Like, and all my friends, they're the ones that are always getting blamed for it. So naturally, I have to try to solve it for them. But I don't have high blood pressure. I still go for my runs. I have very good, healthy human boundaries. She does. Like, it's amazing when people treat her a certain way and she'll be like, no, you're not going to talk to me like that. Or no, I'm not going to join you doing this. I'm just impressed by her. Yet she has no check of her lipid status. Like, we're not checking cholesterol. We're not checking anything.
No PTSD.
Nope. She doesn't have a therapist.
Meanwhile, if one of us found a body, forget it.
Yeah. It's like, this is scarred for life now. Like, and that's true. Like, if that...
Amy's friend found a dead body.
Well, I mean, it literally just landed behind him behind a house. But like, this fucked up.
Yeah.
It's so fucked. And then, yeah, but Angela or Jessica Fletcher, nah. This is just a Sunday, you guys.
This is just the sweetest, most wholesome show on television.
It really is.
Where they find a body every week.
And they call them cozies. And we were all like, yep. And then they all, and the great thing about Murder, She Wrote is the reason why people like Tim and Eric do the things that they used to do on their show. They end every episode with a laugh. It's like, 3 people died in this episode. And then they just pause it. It's one of my favorite things about it. And Angela Bennett, she's just the best. But you can't tell me she didn't get therapy. I needed therapy after watching Waterworld.
And you haven't had it.
I haven't. Yeah,
that
exactly.
explains this podcast.
That's it. Well, this is my therapy. It's free.
I find all of Waterworld to be fascinating. I don't like it. I don't think it's a good movie.
No. Have we heard stories? Is he difficult on set, or was he ever a difficult person on set? Did we ever hear anything like that?
Anybody who's ever talked about Kevin Costner on set, they love him.
Really?
They love him. And like I said about hiring, like he is as much as like he's living in this $4,500, he's also making sure that the crew is getting incredibly well fed the entire time that they're there. He's making sure like the coral is okay.
Yeah.
He hired divers specifically to do that every day. And he made a movie with Elijah Wood just before this called The War. And Elijah Wood could not say nicer things about the way that Kevin Costner took care of him when they worked together. Every kid who's ever worked with Costner just comes away just loving him.
Oh, yeah, because no. Majorino? Did she say she did?
I've not heard anything about what she had to say.
Like that is so traumatic, what she must have gone through. It's like there's one kid. He chopped off my fucking hair, you guys know.
I don't want to throw you over the wall. But this is just for the scene. I'm going to pick you up. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be so fun.
This is good.
They're going to catch you right out there.
They're going to catch you right over there.
No, I'm not giving him that. I'm not giving him that. Because this movie made me so angry, and his treatment of women sucked in this. Well, whoever wrote it, too. It's like, you hate women. This movie hates women.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, that's true. I mean, like, am I wrong?
No, I
am I wrong?
I can't. No, Walter, you're just an asshole.
Yeah, that's true. Drinking my coffee. If a movie ever makes you sad, go watch Lebowski.
Yeah.
You'll always feel better.
It turns things around.
It really does. It really does.
How about The Net?
So, here's what happened.
You ever watch Red Letter Media? They do this thing. Like, we're not getting anything out of this. Let's go get our emergency Neil Breen disc.
Yes. Which, by the way, everyone should have. We don't have any Neil Breen in this house, and we should.
You need an emergency break in case of emergency break the Neil Breen
in glass, like hang it on the wall. Exactly.
That's what they did.
That's how it should be, because that's what Waterworld was doing to us.
So we just said, fuck this, let's watch The Net.
Because it came out at the same time.
They did. They came out the same weekend.
And at first it started, like, I was actually engaged in it. Sandra Bullock, you can't go wrong. And I was fascinated to see what the internet looked like back then. Even though we lived through it, we were teenagers, we were almost in our 20s.
Mind blown. Because, like, she's ordering pizza online.
Get an airline ticket. Like,
and I'm like,
we didn't know that you could do that back then.
No.
But we had, like, web TV. Like, we didn't have the internet.
No, we were still fucking going to the library to get internet.
That's
at
a
that
good
point.
You're right.
Like,
you're right.
The United States Undersecretary of Defense is kills himself.
Yeah.
Having been informed that he tested positive for HIV.
Okay, I don't remember that part.
Yeah, that comes up later. But
wow.
It turns out that he didn't have it. He wasn't sick. This was faked, and as a way to get him to kill himself. This is a whole conspiracy that has happened to lead him to this place because they need him out of the way so they can do whatever it is they're going to do via the net.
The net.
Meanwhile, Sandra Bullock is the world's greatest hacker.
Yeah.
She seizes viruses for a company, and her friend likes to keep viruses just because he likes viruses.
See, I kind of liked that bit about it. It's like, I think that's kind of cool. It's like, oh, this guy collects viruses. Like, he could be an awful human being, but he wasn't. He just thinks that these are kind of interesting, and I just want to look at them. Like, I like that kind of scientific mind. I think that was interesting.
Well, it's also an important plot point for later.
Okay.
Because she takes one of his viruses and uses it to destroy the conspiracy.
See, here's the thing about the net. We stopped that one as well. And not because it wasn't going anywhere. It was fine.
No, but we've seen it a few times.
And we just, and I could tell Fuzzy did not want to sit through another movie. We actually ended up sitting in my room watching a TV show. I'm like, are you okay? And Fuzzy's like, I did not like Waterworld. And then when you put on another one, I'm like, I don't think I can do any more today. I'm emotionally spent after that. And I'm like, that's fair. And we all did. We all took naps after that. We're like, yep. We're not doing this.
Yeah. So Sandra Bullock, she goes to Cozumel. She's going on vacation. Her friend dies in a plane crash, unfortunately.
He's on his way to see her because she has something
he's aware of the conspiracy. He's become aware of it.
Oh.
And so his plane was intentionally sabotaged.
Sure it was.
Causing him to crash.
Yeah.
But he was going there to enlist her help in fighting this conspiracy because there was this Mozart's Ghost, was it?
Yeah.
This game, or it was a website for a rock band, a fictional rock band that had this back door that you could get to every system in the United States that's connected to the internet.
Which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also it's 1995.
I know. So the internet, you guys, looks like it's all done with Microsoft Paint. And I kind of remember this.
Yeah.
But I still can't believe we thought that was cool.
I didn't even think you could do half the things that she's doing in this at that time. Which maybe you couldn't. Maybe maybe it's just speculative.
That's true. But even like the way that you could. Like, I'm sorry. He's ordering that pizza. Like,
yeah, Domino's is not connected to the internet and taking internet orders in 1995. I just don't see that. Maybe my brain is fried and I just don't remember because we've been under Donald Trump for 300 years now. So I don't remember anything anymore.
He's wiped our brains.
But
no, that's true. And actually, I don't think that we could even do because we were still calling to order pizza in like 96, 97. I remember something where like one of the first ads for like a pizza place. And they're like, and you can do it online. I thought it was like Papa John's. I think that was like one of the ones
2000s, wasn't it?
Well, early 2000s. Well, maybe it's even before that. But it didn't. See, the thing is, like, when she's ordering this pizza, it shows like a pizza. And she can actually add the toppings onto it. And I'm sorry, you could not do that. Like, we didn't have that ability.
Not in 1995.
No.
So this is speculative. It's going to
bother me. I've got to look this up.
So,
yeah.
I did not look up the history of when you could start ordering pizza online. So I really don't know. But that's not the plot of the net.
No.
It's not how to order a pizza online.
I have to know because now I'm really bothered by this. 1994.
What?
Pizza Hut launched the first online pizza ordering service, PizzaNet, in 1994.
That's wild. Maybe it was just we were poor and we didn't have.
Which I think that's fair. I think that's entirely, yes, probably true. Oh my God, there's a whole video, the history of ordering pizza online. We're going to have to watch that. It's only 10 minutes long. I'm curious. Wait, it's weird that
everyone pause the podcast and watch this video.
But we were poor. So yeah, like we didn't have a computer in our home. Like I said, we didn't get we had web TV at one point. Like that was it. And we were still going to the library to use the internet.
Well, the first internet we came on a disc.
That's right.
Those AOL discs.
Yeah, that everybody got.
Filling landfills now.
Oh my God, those AOL discs that like they show up in your mail like samples of Tide. It was so weird.
10 hours of AOL. Oh my God. Wow. God.
And then it was over and then the disc would pop out.
You'd have to go back to the library.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Why? We are not that old. It's like 100 years ago.
I remember the first thing that I could do online was play baseball. I could play I remember they had one of like the first what do they call it? I can't even remember what it's called now, but you could draft a team and play them and keep track of their stats and get points and win games.
One of the first websites I ever, and I just remember thinking, this is so amazing. One of the first websites I ever went on was Comedy Central. And that was that was probably end of 95, early 96, again, at a library or at school or whatever.
Yeah.
And I just remember going because I wanted to see, they had like a whole ab fab section. They had a Saturday Night Live section. Like, it was amazing. I loved it. And
then you lost 4 years of your life sitting in a Mystery Science Theater.
Did I lose 4
Chat?
years? Because I don't think I did. I had more fun.
You killed so many trees.
I killed so many trees because I printed off every IRC chat. Every one of them. Because
hey, that could be lost media right now. Where is that?
It's in my room. I just looked at it. And again, it's like I would take these IRC chats home because I'm like, I want to read these again. They were because I was watching them in real time, and then at the end I printed them all out. And I remember I actually had to set my timer at home to run to the library, get a seat, and then wait for this IRC with these steel cage matches of all of them from NST coming in there and chatting. I just reread one the other day, and it's fucking hilarious. But it's so funny because like they're so good at using the internet, except for like one of them he's like, I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't even know how to get in this chat room. And I'm like, this is crazy. So yeah, 97 through 2000, whatever. That's what I did was just print off IRC chats.
I still have the first email I ever received.
How?
It's in my Yahoo mail. I've had Yahoo from the minute that Yahoo started. I've had a Yahoo account, and one of the first emails I've ever received, my buddy Dave sent me the card for every SummerSlam.
Oh my God!
Which at the time I think was 10 years.
So was that the Screwed Ann one? You've had that one forever?
I've had that for over nearly 30 years.
My very first email address I got in 2000, and I was ZappaGirl77. And then I kept changing my email because I was really upset at this guy that I liked, and I didn't want him to have my email address. My stomach just got upset. All right, I'll be right back. Yeah, hi. Oh, sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, I'm back.
So the net, Sandra Bullock just immediately gives away all of her personal information in a chat with her cyber friends.
They were other hackers too, so she probably trusted them.
They're just hanging in a chat room, and she's telling them about her perfect man. And then this exact copy of her perfect man shows up on her vacation, and she's not at all suspicious.
It's weird.
He knows her favorite drink. He likes her favorite song. He everything about. He looks like Jeremy Northam, which
he does, which is fucking gorgeous.
The actor.
Yeah, oh, is it?
That's what that is. It's Jeremy Northam.
I did not realize that. He is beautiful.
That's why I said he looked like it.
He looked like it. Because it was him.
Of course, he's an imposter. We know that. He's there to try and kill her or discredit her because he's going to be behind taking away her identity online, like to combat what she's doing. They turn her into Ruth Marks, who's this homeless drug addict, and nobody believes that she's really who she is. So she has to turn to her, the only person who knows her, who knows who she is by seeing her, because her mom has dementia, so she doesn't. Her mom doesn't know who she is.
Right.
So there's only one other person in the world, apparently, because she's such a shut-in, who knows her by her face.
That's Dennis Miller.
And it's Dennis Miller, Dr. Alan Champion.
Yeah.
And he helps arrange to keep her safe for a little bit until they fuck with his. They hack his pharmacy and give him the wrong medication and kill him.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. Well, I mean, whatever. But
so imagine this being your life for a moment. You call your desk at your work, and somebody answers and says they're you.
I would hope that their life's better than mine, and that they're getting paid commensurate to the work that they're doing. And I wish them well. It's like I just watched. I just fucking watched. Living with Yourself, and again, it's like you've got the good Paul clone and the schlubby I hate my life Paul clone, and I kept rooting for the good one. I'm like, let him live. Kill yourself. Let that one live. He's happy. He's making his wife happy. The fuck you doing, you loser? And I'm like, yeah, I guess if that were me, it's like, oh, I don't care who you are. if you're living up to the name of Amy Kernan, the bar wasn't set that high in the first place. So
imagine knowing so few people that you show up at work and people are not. They just like, yeah, that's you.
Yeah, like they could just say that. Yeah.
She mostly works from her home. They want her to have a job. They want her to have an office, but she refuses.
She doesn't go out. She doesn't do...
She doesn't even look her pizza guy in the eye.
So weird.
Which would have been an interesting plot. Like, she has to go to her pizza guy. You know me, right? Pepperoni and
anchovy.
Anchovy.
It was anchovy.
Yes, that's you.
Pepperoni.
This is pepperoni and anchovy, guys. I see her every day. How she's not 400 pounds, I have no idea.
No one knows. Yeah, she doesn't even work out.
Yeah, I gotta feel like there aren't many people who look like Sandra Bullock who did what Sandra Bullock does in this movie.
That's true. But then again,
not to be, stereotyping or anything, but
kind of
if you're spending 18 hours in front of your computer every day and eating nothing but pizza, you probably don't look like Sandra Bullock.
You know what? I can attest to that. That is me. And I'm fine with that because I don't care.
So she's had her identity stolen. This woman tells her that she's Angela Bennett, and she says that, but you can have your life back if you give us the disc that's got the proof of the conspiracy on it. She's got the conspiracy disc. It's the only thing keeping her alive is that she has the conspiracy disc that her friend sent her.
Wow. So, does she give it back?
No, she keeps it. She keeps it and because she needs it to prove that there's a conspiracy to take over the government by this Elon Musk kind of guy.
Wow. Perhaps we should have finished the net. Maybe good will prevail. Maybe.
Probably not. Gerald Burns as Jeff Gregg, who's a character you really don't actually see much in the movie, but he's like always in the background. He's like a combination of Steve Jobs, Bill Gates at the time, and Elon Musk today. He's been conspiring to take over the government secretly by this thing called Praetorian, which is the defense system that they want to put in place, but that he would be in charge of, not the government. So that's why they killed the undersecretary, because the undersecretary is like, I don't want that. This is bad. We don't want this.
Wow.
And so they gave him AIDS. They gave him fake AIDS. He killed himself. And
just saying fake AIDS.
he didn't actually have it.
There's fake AIDS.
He had fake AIDS.
Well, it was HIV. And again, like, thanks for that movie for, putting a really stupid,
It's a really awful method, by the way.
Right. It's like, an HIV, I just probably kill you. No, you fucking shouldn't.
No.
You can live with it, and they're awesome. So
still could have had a very good life.
Exactly.
It just goes to show the level of misinformation in 1995 we had about AIDS, for fuck's sake.
The more I think about it, as we get older and I look back at the 90s, I'm like, God, it was just like what we thought the 60s and 70s, like it was just as bad. The misogyny was rife. The racism was rife. I mean, it's like...
Bill Hicks has the best observation of that ever. He's got this bit. You know this bit. And you're well aware of this. But
I have
for the audiences, for the audience, it's this bit where he's talking about watching CNN. It's like war, famine, death, AIDS, war, famine. And you look out your window and it's just crickets.
Yeah.
And so, like, nothing bad is happening. Like, it's just perfectly normal outside. But if you watch TV, it's all bad all the time.
It's so true. But just to look at life the way it's weird. I feel like we are living in the 90s right now because it's comparable.
Mm-hmm.
It's comparable to how miserable the 90s were. I mean, it's good music, but it feels like we are under that damp umbrella of misery that for some reason our president just loved doing to us, except for Obama, because that was a great 8 years of my life.
Unless you're people he was hitting with drones, but nevertheless.
That's different. I wasn't. I'm fine. And that's the kind of attitude that I don't recommend.
Amy's impression of the American people is spot on.
Spot on. You don't think what I'm doing is satire, but trust me. It is.
The Net is not a bad movie.
No. And actually, like I said, I would have finished it, but you were so tired. You hadn't slept.
I've seen this movie like 15 times.
And I hadn't. But like, and actually I thought about that today. I'm like, I think I'm going to go finish that. But I'm glad that I already know, because I'm doing that thing lately where I'm getting so anxious watching something that I need to go to Wikipedia and just tell me how it ends. So that way I can just move along with my life and go, okay, it's going to be fine. You don't have to have a panic attack. It's going to be okay. So
Waterworld was not going to turn into The Bridges of Madison County.
No.
It was just not going to happen.
No.
But famously, The Bridges of Madison County in the final act becomes one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life.
So beautiful there at the end.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I kind of choke up thinking about it.
Yeah.
That's how good it is. Waterworld was not going to do that.
No. They weren't going to give us performances that were so stunning that you choke up.
They weren't going to find
swallow.
They weren't going to find a brand new cinematic language
No.
in the last half hour of Waterworld.
Waterworld was kind of self-aware in that way.
But like I said, there are people who love Waterworld. There are those who defend Waterworld. There are people who literally, like that. I mentioned that 2010 Ulysses cut. It was so well done that Arrow Video bought it and put it out on Blu-ray and DVD. A fan edit of Waterworld turned into an actual product you can buy in stores. That's
awful.
Yeah, you don't want to give the internet that kind of power.
Don't do that. If offered, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Please. We're asking you.
It's a kind of a cool idea maybe once, but then like you're going to find like people trying to submit their I've re-edited Star Wars without Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah. Don't do that either.
Don't do that. It's not your movie.
It's not your movie.
It's not your movie. Jar Jar sucks, but don't do that. I think somebody already did.
Yeah, they probably did. And some people are like, oh, thank God. But like, I mean,
I improved Batman versus Superman by removing Gal Gadot.
Wow. That's interesting.
Amy can't decide if she likes that or not. It's like, I see the misogyny, but it's Gal Gadot.
It's Gal Gadot. We were supposed to like her at some point.
I still do. I don't care what you people say.
I don't know.
Even though she denies genocide. It's fine.
That's like saying that horses don't exist. I don't understand those people.
H. Bomber Guy proved it. You have to watch his video.
That horses exist?
They don't exist.
That's wrong.
Horses aren't real, guys.
Every time I see those bumpers, like I laugh.
That's a bumper sticker?
Oh, yeah. There's a whole thing. It's just like, oh, and by the way, horses don't exist. And I'm like, stop doing that to me, because I feel like men have gaslit me my entire fucking life. I hate horses. There's no person that wants horses not to be real more than me. But
if you meet one of those people, just say, okay, then where did the Denver Broncos come from? Right?
Oh, I can't think about that.
Just in your mind, just to use it like one of those devices in your brain when you want to remember that. John Elway.
Okay.
Think of John Elway, and it proves horses exist.
If it hadn't been for that year,
if it hadn't been for my horse, I wouldn't have spent that year in college.
It's one of the best fuking lines of all time.
A Lewis Black bit for one of his stand-up hours.
God damn.
Never forgotten that. It's been 20 years. That line will never not be funny.
I think, you know how you and Fuzzy both have those tattoos on your arms, like probably in the same place? That should be mine right there. Because that would throw so many people off. They'd be like, either A, they're cool, they're like, oh, Lewis Black, oh, that's a great line. Or they'd be like, what?
First of all, horses don't exist.
And also, Amy, you hate horses. But I put it in like some yieldy English. I always wanted that. I wanted like something that read like a tome. Like
we're wrapping up, but we're already on a weird tangent. But I do want to mention this. Check out the latest episode of the Past Lives on. It's the That's the Dollop spinoff where they read the newspaper from like an old year.
Oh, yeah.
They just had Will Anderson on. Will Anderson's fucking hilarious. He's Australian. And they're talking about, I can't remember exactly what they're talking about, but Will Anderson just completely innocently, just so innocently goes, it's like a horse's age. And Dave and Gareth just stopped the podcast to mock him for about 10 minutes. And apparently in Australia, a horse's age is a very, like, it's a common nomenclature.
Really?
It's how you like it can be like a measurement of time, a measurement of like 4 years, because horses can only race in Australia once they're 4 years old. And so every horse is 4 years old. So it's like a horse's age.
What? Why do I know so much about horses?
Don't know.
And every person I knew growing up, they were all like horses. Like, oh, horses. And little girls had horses. And I'm like, fuck horses. Fuck your horses.
Hey, you had My Little Pony.
Not a horse. Not a horse. Those things were short. I could hold them in my hands. Not a horse.
Jenny Nicholson's video on the bronies, by the way, just another all-time internet classic. Just one of the flashpoints of the internet. Like when she's talking about them, she talks about clapping, and she's talking about, you know what that is? Clapping. No, that's when they sexualize the horses on My Little Pony. Friendship is magic.
Nope.
She was explaining why my ponies look the way they do on the show, and it's because no one could find an actual horse to be sexy with their ridiculously powerful hooves and their ability to just completely destroy a human being by stomping on them.
That's why. Since I was 9 years old, I said they're too fucking big. Mm-hmm. You're not going to get me on one. Then I did get on one, and I fell off of one. Princeton days.
Wow.
I'll never forget.
I've never been on a horse.
It's none of your business. It's none of your business. Horses are none of my business. I don't begrudge you loving horses. If you do, I just don't want them around.
How do you deal with the smell? Like horses, I just associate them with smelling bad.
See, when you said clopping, I imagined that was their shit. That's what I always thought that was.
No, that's fucking. Yeah, a bunch of guys on 4chan started watching Friendship is Magic. And created a culture called bronies, where they were men who loved My Little Pony. They were bronies. And to the point where they started to sexualize them. Because, of course, it goes back to your original point. How can I fuck this?
How can I fuck this? We have the best podcast.
And scene.
What's next week?